Hey everyone, how are we all doing today? Hope we're all well. So I am being proper lazy today. Like, really lazy. It's destined to backfire on me this season with how lazy I'm being. So I could have gone out to where I've been recording lately, which is out there in the outhouse. But I thought, no, we'll be lazy, we'll stay indoors. Now, the way it could backfire is because in this room right now, there are two dogs. There's one down there, and there's one over there. So we've got a Frenchie so I had two Frenchies. Unfortunately, we lost one of them, and she was a snorer, the one that we lost. The one that's over here, she snores a little bit, not too badly, but she likes to get under the duvet. She has a duvet on the settee, because they've got their own settee, our dogs. And right now she's curled up underneath the duvet. Let's keep her a little bit quieter. But down there, I've got a Labrador just on the floor down here. And there's every chance he'll get up in a minute and start having shaking his head and all that sort of jazz. So I'm hoping he keeps quiet for the duration of this video, because I won't be too long. And I couldn't be asked to go out there and put up with the neighbours trying to build pyramids in my next buddy in the garden next door. The racket they're making, you'd think they were building the pyramids. So we are going to be doing our weekend predictions. We're also using these new mics. I can't hold the phone and the mic because I've attached it here. Hopefully it sounds okay. Because I'm using what they call it, camera stick thing, whatever the frick they're called. It just made it easier with me being lazy. Rather than setting anything up, I've just reached over, grabbed this, and put the phone in there, and off we go. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Right, Premier League predictions this weekend. Now, this is getting silly now with the same problem last weekend, if you remember. There was no lunchtime kickoff last weekend on Saturday, which really threw me off because I really do like lunchtime kickoffs. The only thing I can think is that the reason there's none this weekend is, I know, it's FA Cup matches are on this weekend, because tomorrow, i.e. Friday, in the FA Cup, we have a Luton Town against Forest Green Rovers in the first round of the FA Cup. And so I reckon there'll be a game at lunchtime on Saturday of first round FA Cup game, probably on ITV or somewhere. And that is possibly why we're not getting a game in the Premier League at lunchtime. But for me, it's just very frustrating because I do like lunchtime kickoffs on a Saturday. Just not to bet on. You never bet on the lunchtime game. It never goes right for some strange reason. I'll just see if this is working, this bloody camera. Bear with me, guys. 1 second. Okay, we're back. Finally. So yeah, we have no lunchtime kickoff on Saturday, but we do have some decent games in the afternoon, and let's get into them. So the first one on our list is, all these at 3 o'clock, barring the last two, so not all at all. We have 2, 4, 5 3 o'clock kickoffs. Okay. We have Brighton and Hove Albion taking on Leeds United. This is at the Amex Stadium, Brighton Stadium. Leeds are doing well, ain't they? What was their result on the weekend? They beat someone on the weekend, didn't they? Who did they beat now? Oh, bloody hell. See, I don't have all the results from last weekend on me right now. Where they might have to. Oh, yeah, they beat West Ham. There we go, they beat West Ham last weekend. The weekend before they lost to Burnley. So, yeah, it's not. They're not flying Leeds, but to beat West Ham at home is a big result for them, with West Ham also being down the bottom of the table as well. Brighton got through a little bit of a slump. I mean, they lost to us, which says it all. Although we're on a roll right now. United are 3 games in a row. But yeah, Brighton lost to Arsenal last night in the Carabao Cup 2-0 away. They lost to us on the weekend in the league. Who else? What was their other result? Bear with me. Bloody thing. Right, Brighton's form. Here we go. So they lost to Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. Lost to us in the league 4-2. They've been on a decent bit of run before that, to be fair. They had a draw with Wolves. 1-1 in the league. That's not great. Okay, fair enough. I was at the Molineux. They beat Chelsea away 3-1. Beat Barnsley in the Carabao Cup 6-0. Beat West Ham 2-1. But in the league, to be fair, a little bit stop-start at the minute. They lost to Fulham. This is how they start the season. They lost to Fulham 1-0. Beat Wolves in the league 3-1. Bear with 2-2 with Bournemouth. A 2-1 loss to Tottenham. A 2-0 loss to Burnley. Beat West Ham 2-1. Beat Barnsley 6-0. Beat Chelsea 3-1. How the hell did they play Wolves in the Premier League again on the 5th of October? I think that was in the Cup, was it? They've put down Premier League. I think it was actually in the Cup that game. And Wolves went on to win on penalties. Let me just check I've got that right. No, that was in the Premier League apparently. So, what was the other? How can they have played Wolves twice in this season? It's all a bit confused. Apologies, guys. I went down. We're all over the shop. I've never used this app to get the results before. I'd actually gone down to the Leeds games there. What a mess. Just ignore everything I've just said for the last couple of minutes. Okay, Brighton's results. 6-0 against Barnsley, 3-1 at home, away to Chelsea, 1-1 away to Wolves, 2-1 at home to Newcastle, and then lost to United, lost to Arsenal. There we go, we got it in the end. We got there in the end. So yeah, let's just get back to the predictions. Brighton, Leeds, I can see Leeds getting some out of this game. They're a strong side, I think. Leeds are very physical. And I've said this a couple of times recently. Under Daniel Farker, I seriously expected them to go back down. Let me tell you something, it's too much. Yeah, I honestly expected Leeds to be a bit of a, battering ram. Not battering ram, but a team that you could batter. No, they're doing very well. To an extent anyway. They haven't spent a lot of money, not like Sunderland. And Burnley haven't either, to be fair. Brighton on the day can beat anyone, we know that. Very, very good side. But yeah, I think Leeds can go there and get a draw. But it'll go one of two ways. A Brighton battering 3 or 4-0. Or a stubborn Leeds display and maybe a 1-1 draw. So yeah, that's my prediction. I've got 2 predictions there. Next we have Burnley against Arsenal. How good are Burnley right now? Honestly, Scott Parker has shocked me, and I do not mind saying that. Let's look at their recent results if we can get this to work properly. They beat Wolves on the weekend 3-2 away. They beat Leeds United at home 2-0. Now they are both two teams that Burnley will be at the bottom of the table with potentially through most of the season. Wolves and Leeds. And they got a win against both of them. That is huge. So Burnley will beat Wolves away. They'll play them at home later in the season. When there'll be another huge game. They'll have home advantage. They're beating Leeds at home, so they've got to play them away, which won't be easy, but you get the home, you get your points at home, and hope for a point away, and it helps you stay up at the end of the season. They lost away to Villa, lost away to City, and lost away to Cardiff in the Carabao Cup, and a draw with Forest. So, Premier League form, pretty decent. I mean, 2 losses, a draw, and 2 wins in their last 5 games. Whoa. Apologies. A bit all over the shop with this bloody stick thing. Yeah. Burnley doing well. But I mean, come on, they're up against Arsenal. Arsenal who sent out a untested team last night. A mix of kids and new signings. And they beat Brighton at home. Arsenal did in the Carabao Cup 2-0. I think Arsenal go to Burnley, they won't get it easy. You won't see Arsenal winning 5-0, I don't believe, like in previous seasons. I reckon you're looking at a tough game with Arsenal coming out with. They don't score all goals, do they? Arsenal don't. That's the other thing. I think they Arsenal 2-0. They'll be good enough to get a couple of goals, but don't expect a battering of Wolves. I'll go Arsenal 2-0. Away up. Sorry, not battering of Wolves, but battering of Burnley. I'll go with Arsenal to win 2-0. Next we have Palace Brentford. Palace, they never seem to surprise me at all. Crystal Palace though. This season, including the when was it now? Was it the Community Shield they played Liverpool in? I think it was. Palace have beaten Liverpool 3 times this season. I think that includes the Community Shield. And then last night in the Carabao Cup, and previously in the league this season. They beat Liverpool 3-0 last night. Okay, Liverpool may have had a weakened team out, but you can only beat what's in front of you. Palace are flying. Look at their results recently. Beat Liverpool 3-0. I'm saying they're flying there. I see they've got 2 losses on their record. A loss away at Arsenal. A loss at home to AEK Larnaca. But Palace fans didn't see that coming. A 3-0 draw at Bournemouth. A 2-1 loss away. Okay, they're not flying. My bad. They did beat Dynamo Kiev 2-0. Oh god, here we go. The dog's on the move. Bear with. He's just getting up on the settee. 1 second. Let's see if we can turn you around. Hello. Yes, this is the dog's room. This is guys, so excuse any mess that you may have seen then. What? I didn't have time to tidy before doing this video. Yeah, so Palace. I said they were flying, and I see that they've only won like 1 or 2 games in their last 6. But anyway, it's Crystal Palace, very, very good team at home, but they're up against a very good Brentford side. And Brentford surprised me. Keith Andrews, bloody hell, he's gone and beaten United. He's gone and beaten Liverpool last week. This bloke is really starting to turn heads a little bit, I think. Okay, his football might be very direct. Doesn't matter if you get results. That is the only thing that matters, is getting results. If you are Keith lose, and that's what they're doing. So, fair play to Brentford. We might have to move this video, guys, somewhere else because he's going to start snoring, I reckon. We'll see how he goes. Okay, yeah, so Brentford away at Crystal Palace. I had to think of what I was talking about then. I reckon we are looking. I think Brentford are very good at home. Let's look at the recent results. Beat Grimsby 5-0. A couple of days ago in the Carabao Cup away. Beat Liverpool at home. Beat West Ham away. Lost to City at home. Beat United at home. Lost to Fulham away. I think Brentford have every ability to go and get a draw away at Palace. But I think Palace will win this game 1-0. Got the home support. Got very good players Crystal Palace have. And they're motivated to, after a few rocky results in the league and or the Europa League or whatever the hell it is that they're in. After that win against Liverpool last night, I think that'll boost their confidence no end. The only thing that might go in Brentford's favour is they played a day earlier and probably rested some players, whereas Palace played a few of their regulars last night. But yeah, don't be surprised if Brentford can't get a draw, but also don't be surprised if Palace turn them over 2-0. Next we have Fulham against Wolves. What is happening at Fulham? Oh my god. They went to Wickham, was it, 2 nights ago? And that young lad I was on about a while back, he's some player, I didn't see the goal, but he scored their only goal in that game. And yeah, for Fulham though, they just don't spend money, do they? I feel very sorry for their fans. That they'll spend a little bit of money in the windows, but for considering how long they've been in the Premier League now, back-to-back seasons for quite a while, if they invested in that club properly, then they could be the next Brighton or Crystal Palace, i.e. get into Europe. Brighton have been in there in the last couple of years. Palace are in there this season. Forest are in there this season. Fulham fans are probably thinking, why can't we be in that position? Not necessarily challenging for the top 4, but top 6. And if they spent the right money, they probably could be. But they're up against a Wolves team who is pretty bonkers. The Wolves are. When you look at the goals they've scored, they concede 3 or 4, and then they'll score a couple against good teams. They scored 3 goals last night against Chelsea at home. Let's have a look at Wolves' results. They scored 3 goals at home to Chelsea, 2 goals at home to Burnley, but over the 2 games they conceded 7 goals. They lost 2-0 at home to away at Sunderland. They drew with Brighton 1-1, drew with Tottenham 1-1, and beat Everton in the Carabao Cup 2-0. If Wolves could just stop conceding so many bloody goals. Last season, they couldn't score. Wolves couldn't. They did not score hardly any goals. This season, in the last 6 games, they've scored 2, 4, 6. In the last 6 games, 9 goals scored. It's not amazing, but it's a lot better than what it was last season. Problem is, they're conceding too many. I reckon they could probably go to Fulham and get a draw. Fulham don't Fulham do not matter anyone. They do not have the. I don't remember the last time Fulham smashed a team. But you don't really have to be that good either to score against Wolves, unfortunately. And Pereira is still in charge. The fact they scored 3 goals against Chelsea last night will probably keep him in charge longer. I know a lot of Wolves fans want him out, Will they get their wish? I don't think so. Because the owners of Wolves just want an easy life. They literally want to take as much money out of the club as they can and not put much back in. Hence all the big sales they've made without reinvesting that money. Pedro Neto, Aït-Nouri, Cunha, those three players have all gone in the last 12 months. And name one big player they've brought in as a replacement. You can't, because they haven't. They've signed lots of very average players with that money, but not one decent signing. Say, okay, you've lost Neto, you've lost Aït-Nouri, you've lost Cunha, Semedo, we're going to bring in so-and-so. Neves, going back a little bit, Jimenez at one point, Traore. They've all left. João Moutinho left, he was getting on a bit, I get that, but come on. You can't strip the team like they have done and then not replace any of them with quality players. It's not good. I think Fulham probably win this because the are too great to score against Wolves, and Wolves possibly will score. If they do, Fulham probably going to get a second, and that'll be it. I'll go with a Fulham win, which I'm sad to say. Fulham to win 2-1. Let me unlock my phone to the next match. Okay, so that was Fulham Wolves. Then we go on to the big one, the really big one. Nottingham Forest, Man United. This is a tough game. I know we just beat Brighton at home. I know we've beaten Sunderland at home. And we beat Burnley at home. We beat Liverpool away. There are 4 wins this season in the league that I can remember off the top of my head. But do not get twisted. Forest are a good team. They were under a crap manager for the start of the season in Ange Postecoglou. Oh, the dog's snoring now. Apologies if you can hear it. But now they're under an organised manager in Sean Dyche. Did they play midweek? I don't think they played, did they, in the Carabao Cup? Yeah. They didn't play last night, did they have a game Tuesday? Let's find out. No, the last game was against Bournemouth in the league. Yeah, so they were under Dyche, they beat Porto 2-0 and lost to Bournemouth away 2-0. I can just see having them proper, difficult to beat. That Forest team. And if we play like we did against Brighton, not the end part where we conceded 2 goals, but our attacking play was bloody good. That's the most free flowing I've seen us in ages, like probably the whole time under Amorim. This is the best I've seen us, just all out attack. Yeah, for most of that game. It was great to see. If we can do that against Forest, then we have a chance, but it will not be easy. I think either a 1-1 draw, or we might get either 1-1 draw or 2-1 to us. I will say, in our new keeper, Semi Lamens, confidence galore. Honestly, I'm not saying he won't concede goals. He does not look like the type of keeper that's going to make a mistake, though. And by mistake, I mean drop a clanger. Like Anana looked like every single time he stepped on the pitch, he was fanning about. You just thought he's going to let one in here. He's going to drop one. He's going to mess up. He's going to get too cocky. I never feel like that when I'm watching Lamens. He's great. He's so good to have feel like you got a confident keeper. He reminds me a lot of Alisson to Liverpool. Just no fuss. Just gets on with it and does his job well. Obviously, it's very early to compare him to Alisson Becker, for crying out loud. I'm just saying, in terms of confidence that I have in him, he's probably similar to what Liverpool had early on in Alisson. At the minute he's conceding quite a few goals out of Liverpool, but hey, that's the defence's fault. 5:30 on Saturday we have Tottenham against Chelsea. Chelsea. Tottenham, well, they could put beat last night, didn't they? I was watching the game against Newcastle. Lost 2-0 away at Newcastle. Chelsea beat Wolves 4-3 away at the Molineux. Tottenham at the Tottenham Stadium at least have a chance. I don't think they're not likely to score too many against Chelsea just because Tottenham, attacking wise, they're a bit poor. Still not really liking what I'm seeing from Xavi Simons. A hell of a lot of responsibility put on Mohamed Kudus' shoulders. They are missing James Maddison, who will be out for probably the season, give or take. Kulusevski's been out for ages, it feels like. Solanke, I think, must have gone on a sabbatical because I've not seen him. I think he made a quick comeback and then he's been injured again since. You need players you can rely on. Matty still looks a bit light for me. Kolo Muani, I've only seen bits of him. You need a proper out-and-out striker. Solanke was going to be injured, and when he was fit early on in his Tottenham career, he started well. Went downhill pretty quick. I think they really need to sort out a proper striker as soon as, if they want. I'd go for Ivan Toney. He's worked with Frank before. Honestly, if there's a chance of Ivan Toney coming back to the Prem, I'd be going for him. Chelsea, ain't they? All these young kids they've got, it's finally starting to pay off. It really is. I really apologise, guys, if you can hear her snoring over there. I should be a little rascal. If this sounds silly, I'll have to record it again. Chelsea just popping up with goals all over the bloody shop. Very frustrating. Defensively, they're not great. And discipline-wise, they're terrible. The amount of red cards they're getting. Liam Delap was sent off last night away at Wolves. His manager was not impressed. And you can't be doing that. They've had done 100 red cards out this season, but no, it's more than United, more than most teams in the Premier League. And that comes down to the manager, though, as well. He needs to be getting into his players to stop making these stupid mistakes. I want to go a 1-1 draw here. I think Tottenham are solid enough at the back. Van de Ven was rested. Romero, I think, is out injured. I'm not sure. Kevin Danzo's stepped in and done very well. I think Tottenham could score from a set piece. Chelsea, not the biggest at the back, and Tottenham with Kevin Danzo or Van de Ven. Even, what's his name in the middle of the park? Paulinho. They'll have a chance from a set piece and possibly get something from that. If not, I'm not sure what they'll do in open play. But 1-1 draw for me. 8 o'clock kick-off. Liverpool, Aston Villa. Wow, Liverpool, what has happened to this club? Got the fans wanting rid of the manager. The players looking like they don't know what the hell they're doing. Flops galore, inverts, and Frimpong, Kirkheads. Holy hell. You gotta laugh if you're not a Liverpool fan. It is funny as hell. All the bloody dribble they were talking about, Verts, the sound best player in the world, all this stuff. Best left back in the league. It's all coming back to bite them on the arse. They give all this money to Salah at the end of last season. Oh, we don't need to go. We'll give him like $500,000 a week or whatever it was. So it's silly anyway. Van Dijk, we don't want him to go. We can't lose them both at the same time. Probably would have been better off if he'd lost them both, or at least Salah. But no, if I reckon they lost them both and spent that money I'd saved on other players, they might not be in this position. You got Canate, who probably wants out, isn't signing a new deal at the minute. So yeah, I can. Things were a bit of a mess at Liverpool, losing last night to Palace 3-0. And they're up against a Villa team who I've had a couple of decent results lately. Look at Villa's results. Villa beat Man City on the weekend 1-0 at home. lost to Go Ahead Eagles away in Europe. Beat Tottenham away 2-1. Beat Burnley at home 2-1. Beat Feyenoord away 2-0. Beat Fulham at home 3-1. I think Fulham are flying if you look at it. Taking that Go Ahead Eagles result out was just a really odd result. My belly's rumbling, guys. Bloody hell. If you take that out of it, they've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of their last 6 games. They don't concede too many. They've only conceded 1, 2, 3 goals in 5 matches. If you forget the Go Ahead Eagles match anyway. And Villa are not an easy side to play against. It might help Liverpool that they're at home. That could be a benefit to them. I think if it was away at Villa Park, then you might as well write them off now. What can I see happening in that game? I'd be going for a 2-2 draw. I think a very entertaining late Saturday evening 2-2 draw between Villa and Liverpool. Sunday we have 2 games. West Ham against Newcastle. Newcastle flying, obviously. Best midfield in the Premier League, in my opinion, in John Linton, Tonali and Bruno Guimaraes. West Ham under Nuno has been shocking. I thought they'd be very good under Nuno Espirito Santo, but no, they've been pretty much the same as it was under Graham Potter. Fans are happy with the team selection, but the results haven't turned. I can't see against Newcastle. I was going to say, I'm surprised if they do something, but now Newcastle for the win, 2-0. Because Newcastle did rest some players last night against Tottenham. Bruno didn't come on to the last time. 12 minutes or so of open play. Anthony Gordon came on just a few minutes ago, which I didn't understand. What a laugh Newcastle are having at Liverpool's expense. Liverpool spent 100 million on Isak, and Newcastle spent like 60 million on Voltemade. The lad is scoring for fun, and Isak is yet to score for Liverpool in the league, which is quite entertaining. Man City Bournemouth should be a good game. This Bournemouth are a decent side, and Man City aren't great. If Haaland's not scoring, Man City are not that brilliant. They had to come from behind last night against Swansea to win 2-1. I think it was 2-1 or 3-1. I know Marmouche scored. They won 3-1 in the end. Well, they were losing 1-0 away at Swansea early on. They lost to Villa in the league the other day. But yeah, they're not partnering teams. Look at their results. Last 6 results. 2-2 against Monaco. 1-0 win against Brentford. 2-0 win against Everton. 2-0 win against Villarreal. Fair play. 3 clean sheets. No problem with that. But the money City have spent, you're expecting goals. And other than Haaland, they're not getting it. I mean, where's his Ryan Cherky? The lad that they signed from Lyon. Has he even... I don't think he's scored something, has he? In the league. I think he scored pre-season or something. Has he been playing? I'm not sure. Tijani Reinders, when he came in, and their first game of the season was against Wolves, I watched the game, and he scored a great goal. So bloody hell. They've got a player under hands here. Not scored since, I don't think. And Marmouche scored last night, but he hasn't been scoring in the league. If Haaland doesn't score, City don't tend to score. So that's all Bournemouth needs to do, is keep Haaland quiet and they have a chance. And Bournemouth are decent defensively. They're good going forward with Semenya. I think Bournemouth can at least get a goal or 2 away at Man City. Even if Man City's defence has been pretty rigid as of before the last couple of games. I can see Bournemouth going up there, getting a goal, either losing 2-1 or getting a 1-1 draw. I'll say 1-1 draw. I think they can get a draw or they'll lose 2-1. That's my prediction. I think that is it for the matches. I can't imagine there's one on Monday. Let's have a look. This has been our longest prediction video for a long time. Oh, my bad, we've got Sunderland, Everton. Oh, that'll be a good game. Monday night football up at is it Wearside for Sunderland, I believe so. Yeah, up at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland against Everton. Everton got beat the other day against Tottenham 3-0 at home in the league. Sunderland are flying. Like, their fans are in dreamland. I've watched this series twice now. It's on Netflix. It's called Sunderland Until I Die. It's a great series. Give it a watch if you haven't. It was recorded a few years ago. And that club was in a mess. A proper mess. Run by some bloody chances. And you see the fans going through so much tough times with that club. Down in League One. And now for them to be in the Prem and flying. I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy for Sunderland. I should. My main team always has been. My team all my life has been Man United. As a kid, I got into supporting Tottenham. It was Jurgen Klinsmann, David Ginola at that time. And I was like fascinated by them as a young kid. And I was like, right, they'll be my second team. I used to get taken to Burnley games. I went to watch them at Wembley, so I like to see Burnley do well. If United or Tottenham are playing Burnley, then it's United or Tottenham for the win for me. Wolves, I lived there 18 years. You can't help but have a soft spot for them. Again, if they're United or Tottenham, forget it. If they're not, I want to see Wolves do well. Just outside of just this season anyway. Just as like I'm glad to see them. Apologies everyone. I'm glad to see them doing well. That team would be Sunderland for me. It really would be. It's great. Their fans deserve it. Honestly, they do. They've been through so much shit in the last few years. Fair play to Sunderland and their fans. And I hope it continues as long as it's not against either of my teams. I don't mind. And let them finish as high as they can. Again, as long as it's not at the cost of a place for United or Tottenham, I don't mind. Guys, I'm going. We've been here ages. I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye.